What is up, y'all, and welcome back to another video here on the channel. And today we're going to be talking about how the website known as Tumblr has finally risen from the ashes, so to speak. So apparently Tumblr is going to be reintroducing content that is not safe for work, NSFW type shit. And, the Tumblr community can finally, take a deep breath and rejoice because finally titties galore will be back on Tumblr. And honestly, I think it's a very interesting move considering the timing of everything that's been going on with Twitter, the funny bird app, as of late. But let's go ahead and jump into an article talking about the subject, and then we will reconvene and discuss. So the article I found on the subject starts by saying Tumblr is bringing back the female presenting nipple, allowing the formerly forbidden chairlets as well as other flavors of nudity to return to the platform. It's an enticing lure to both former and potential new users, and fortuitous timing considering the currently proposed mass exodus from Twitter prompted by Elon Musk's takeover. Though Tumblr had a thriving, not safe for work community in its heyday, its 2018 ban on adult content gutted the blogging platform and led to a drastic drop in traffic of nearly 30%. Today's announcement appears to be trying to undo some of that damage and reestablish Tumblr as a sex-positive place where nudity is allowed and embraced. We now welcome a broader range of expression, creativity, and art on Tumblr, including content depicting the human form. And then they try and be a little bit funny here and saying, yes, that includes the naked human form, Tumblr said in a post on its staff blog. So even if your creations contain nudity, mature subject matter, or sexual themes, you can now share them on Tumblr using the appropriate community label so that everyone remains in control of the types of content they see on their dash. Introduced in September, community labels allow Tumblr users to mark their content as depicting drug and alcohol addiction, violence, or sexual themes, including, quote, erotic writing or imagery. Nudity and other kinds of adult material are generally welcome, reads Tumblr's community guidelines, newly updated today. We're not here to judge your art. We just ask that you add a community label to your mature content so that people can choose to filter it out of their dashboard if they prefer. So like I said, Tumblr users can finally rejoice because not safe for work material is back on the platform. I guess you just have to have some sort of label, kind of shouting out that it's that type of content, whether it be sexual, drug related. You basically just have to label it as such using their community labels, and then you are good to go. So the Tumblr users can at long last, 4 years later, rejoice. And I think it's just so funny, though, the timing of all of this. You have to understand Twitter is pretty open to that type of thing. You could really, as far as nudity especially, you can get away with really anything you want on that. I've seen some pretty crazy shit on Twitter that I'm like, how is this allowed on the internet today? It's pretty remarkable. But apparently, yeah, Tumblr is taking the same route. And I think it's just so funny that with, the article says, this mass exodus that's going on with Elon Musk taking over. I think it's just so funny that now they decided to hop on this, because you have to understand this is 4 years in the making. I guess this ban took place back in 2018, and I'm not a huge Tumblr user. In fact, I never used it at all. I always kind of thought it was weird. You'd always find really weird fan fictions on there and shit. And I'm not hating on the fan fiction community. If that's your thing, that's your thing. But I'm just saying it ain't for me. But I think it's so funny that now that, Twitter is seemingly going down the shitter, a lot of people are pretty pissed off at the direction it's taking. And I think it's just so funny how Tumblr is taking full advantage of that. And again, I can't blame them either. I'm not hating on them. I just find it very funny. I think it's really funny how the article talks about how oh, we ain't judging or anything. It's yes, you were, because you straight up took it off the platform. So don't try and come out here and basically virtue signal and say, yeah, you naked folks, we have fucking stood with you from the beginning, because no, not really. I mean, you banned that type of material off of the platform, and you're just looking to use this Twitter situation as a means of repairing the damage, really as far as financially and community wise, that you caused back in 2018 by removing such content. like, obviously the world is changing, and it just seems that like nudity is becoming more and more mainstream. I mean, obviously, like back in my parents' time and like my grandparents' time, like if they saw this shit, they would be astounded. But it's just becoming more and more mainstream, more normalized now, and seemingly by the day. And I think they're trying to, you know, take full advantage of that. It's just like really funny. Like they want to be OnlyFans like so bad. And I think it's just kind of like, I think it's kind of corny how they're presenting themselves. They're trying to like play it off as like, oh, this is an art form and come express your creativity. Like you're just spreading your legs. I mean, it's not like there's not like a whole lot of creativity involved here, but they're really trying to upplay it now. You know, the pressure is on for Twitter for sure, and all these other social media networks out there. They really gotta buckle up, because, you know, Tumblr's taking the world by storm now with this. You know that people are excited about this, because it seems like, honestly, the possibilities are truly endless. And I kind of fear for what the future holds on this app, because you have to understand, back when I was younger and Tumblr was more prominent. You know, it was mainly like an app for like preteens and like teenagers. And so basically what I'm saying is there's a lot of minors on the platform. And I just feel like there is a huge potential for pedophiles and shit to go nuts on this. You mean, we've all heard the stories, right? You know, Tumblr can get pretty wild at times. And so I think they're going to have to be pretty careful with this, and obviously crack down on that in some way, shape, or form. I don't know how they're going to manage that, but it's just really kind of creepy and weird for me to think about all the little kids that are going to be on Tumblr, that probably have been on Tumblr, that will be on there. And honestly, you know, just stay safe out there, y'all, and watch out for weirdos, because I don't know, it's just like, again, I apologize if you're a fan of Tumblr, but it's just like there are some real weirdos on that platform. I don't know what it is. It's like it's almost like a breeding ground for weirdos. And I guess you could make that argument with any sort of social media network. Like there's weirdos on Twitter too, you know, don't get me wrong. And honestly, you know, I think this has a lot of potential to, you know, repair their damages that they've caused, because, you know, obviously, let's be honest, you know, especially female nudity, that brings in clicks. I think that's going to help Tumblr out a ton, but, you know, there's a lot of things that could go south as well. But yeah, that's pretty much it for the video, guys. Like I said, you know, nudity's back on Tumblr. Maybe I'll have to make an account, and no, I'm not going to. That's a joke. But yeah, if you guys enjoyed the video, leave a like, rating, subscribe to the channel for more commentaries just like this. And until next time, guys, this is Runter, and we'll catch you on the next one. Later.